So today we're painting a stylized ocean scene full of energy and rhythm using bold strokes and strong lighting. I'm starting off with a 16 by 20 flat canvas and Master's Touch acrylics, which I call my Mega 5. This includes my primaries plus the value of black and white. For my background, I'm going in with a large flat brush to block in the base tones. Here I'm dampening my brush to loosen the bristles a bit, but ideally for the first layer I like to dry brush in with thick paint. So I'm mixing white and blue for the base tone of the sky. And instead of blending this with a palette knife, I like to pack my brush and blend the colors together onto canvas. Now paying attention to my reference picture, I'm adding a tinge of yellow to complement the light from the sun. As we let the first layer of the sky dry a bit, let's jump to the base tone of the ocean by color blocking in a shade of dark blue with hints of red. This adds depth to the water, imitating how vast the ocean really is. As I work my way up to the horizon line, I'm going to blend in some light hues of blue with a tint of yellow and white. This nice gradient is a great guideline for when I start adding the formation of the waves. And so for my horizon line, I'm going to add a thick contrast of small gestural waves. Since the perspective is as if the viewer is in the water, my horizon line will appear imperfect, with the shapes of the waves popping out against the sky's background. Now let's let the ocean breathe a bit and jump back to the sky for some clouds. Here I'm going in with a medium and small filbert brush to brush in those white streaks of clouds, allowing them to look slightly windswept. I love the filbert brush because it allows you to blend effortlessly and define with its round edges without having to switch to another brush. So here I'm creating the bellows while gently sweeping and blending them into the previous layer. Now I'm taking a yellow tinted white to bring forth that atmospheric light band across the sea waves. This beautiful contrast helps separate the sky from the sea and adds even more depth for the viewer. Now as I let the next layers of the sky dry a bit, here I'm going in with a smaller filbert brush to etch in some of those small waves, starting from the furthest and working my way forward. I'm using a blend of tinted blue midtone to reflect on top of those previous shaded layers. So when you start to build from color blocking, you want to make sure your paintbrush is packed with paint and damp with water. Not loose and dripping, but 50% water and 50% paint will allow a smooth blend to transition from those previous layers to the building layers. Use your filbert brush to lay down curved wave forms, especially where the sea crests roll. Use wider strokes near the bottom and thinner, more overlapping lines near the horizon. Waves form in sets due to wind friction and travel in patterns. Artists mimic this with repeating rhythm and scale, so the smaller waves are far away, while the larger ones are more curved in the foreground. And here's a pro tip. You want to break up your wave lines. Solid lines flatten the painting. Broken strokes feel more fluid and organic, just like in your artwork. So next we're going to let these waves come to life, and this is where your painting shines. Your highlights are confident and flowing. Starting with my small flat brush, I'm loading up a white and a touch of blue, gliding it across the wave ridges, closest to the horizon line. My strokes are quick and thin, dancing across the water like light is rippling from the sky. And here's a fun fact. Light reflects off the top of waves and refracts through their body. So that's why you see both bright glints and deep darks side by side. You're painting reflection and refraction. So here you see me going in with a deeper blue to complement those mid-tone waves. This brings forth the motion of the water and gives a nice balance to the overall composition. And listen, it doesn't have to be perfect. The goal isn't photorealism here. It's emotion and movement. The more you become familiar with the pattern of how water moves, the more you will be confident to paint and flow how you see fit. So study your reference picture and dissect the layers visually. Experiment and practice a few times, and watch how you become one with the rhythm of the waves. So now I'm jumping to my small round brush and adding soft highlights of a yellow tinted white to bring out more of that light source reflecting from the sky. With glint reflections, you want to follow a cohesive pattern, jumping line for line, wave to wave vertically, but stroking horizontally. This makes the waves really stand out with motion. Now, me personally, I love a bit of dramatization with my paintings, and I got a little carried away with more waves than what my reference has. But this allows room for you to incorporate your own style and what feels comfortable for you. Don't confine your creativity in a box. Remember that experimentation are stepping stones to evolution and elevation. So, after you've set the waves in motion, you want to take a step back to study your painting, to make sure you haven't missed any areas that may be lacking life. The overall view should be well balanced with color and flow. So here I've applied a translucent glaze of pure blue to bring together the ocean. This requires more water, less paint. Then I followed up with some more kisses of highlights to bring out the waves a bit more. Take this moment to revisit those areas that need a bit more love and attention, so it comes together smoothly. Next, I switched back to my small filbert brush and revisited the clouds with another layer of white to bring them to life as well. And I had to add a final touch with distant birds in silhouette. Don't chase perfection, chase the feeling of the ocean. Think like water, bold, flowing, and unpredictable. So drop a paint palette in the comments if you enjoyed this complimentary workshop. If you want to join the core creator community, enroll in my beginner-friendly acrylics course. Let's learn together so we can grow together.